People should read the disclaimer. We are not your parents.
Wake up!
How's it going, Scrub? How's it going, Scrubs? It's gonna be a long one.
That's what she said.
Not now, Doge.
Huh.
So the avalanche buried 57 workers in northern India. The oldest living Holocaust survivor had passed away at 113. Greek citizens were protesting against the government over their poor response to the train derailment that occurred in 2023 that took the lives of 57 people. Things went to chaos in the Serbian government by the lawmakers throwing smoke grenades to protest government vote. South Korean fighter jets accidentally dropped 8 bombs on a village that injured 15 people. A teacher from Tennessee, Samuel Colinde, was found dead inside in Munford High School last Thursday morning from suicide by a gunshot wound. An 11-year-old girl also died by suicide after constant bullying and harassment over undocumented parents. An arsonist set himself on fire while torching a car. 2 boys that were throwing a seat towards the shoppers from the 3rd floor of Westfield Shopping Center were arrested. Transgender troops will be removed soon, according to the Pentagon. Trump signed an executive order last month barring transgender people from enlisting and serving openly in the military. They will be removed from the military unless they are granted a waiver. The memo was released as part of a lawsuit filed by LGBTQ rights groups last month against Trump's executive order and how the policy will be implemented. He's also most likely to sign an executive order to abolish the Department of Education. He also ordered an increase of cutting down forest trees. J.D. Vance had such a warm welcome during his ski vacation in Vermont. Just kidding. They don't like that guy. In D.C., the Black Lives Matter plaza near the White House had been removed due to Republican threats. Former NFL player was fired from high school coaching gig after speaking out against Donald Trump and his MAGA supporters. Russian forces striked Vladimir Zelensky's hometown that took the lives of 4 people and 31 injured. The US has now cut off intelligence sharing with Ukraine in a move that could seriously damage the Ukrainian military's ability to target Russian forces. The Trump administration are about to revoke legal status of over 240,000 Ukrainian refugees that fled to the US. And the meeting of Trump and Zelensky was a massive train wreck. Even the Ukrainian ambassador to the US is appalled by that train wreck. That doesn't change the fact that many Americans in the world are still supporting Ukraine, and we hope to see a peace agreement soon. Here we go again. The tariffs towards Mexico and Canada have resumed, and the prices of products like groceries are gonna be super expensive and will stay that way until things resolve. Project S falsely frames pro-Palestine activists as part of a global Hamas support network and proposes targeting them using counter-terrorism laws. It was drafted by the Heritage Foundation, the same group behind Project 2025. Their top targets are Jewish Voice for Peace, Students for Justice in Palestine, and Samidown, an advocacy group for Palestinian detainees held by Israel. Ever since Trump won the 2024 US election, at least 4 bills that target Palestine solidarity activists and organizations like Project ESA. They would chill criticism of Israel and criminalize certain political organizations on college campuses. It lays out what federal and state laws could be used to target activists. Foreign Agents Registration Act, Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, Counter-Terrorism, Hate Speech and Immigration Laws. They claim that the pro-Palestine movement has corrupted the US education system through diversity, equity, and inclusion. And they also name some progressive Democrats and organizations as targets, including Rashida Tlaib. Medicaid will be obsolete by the next decade. The House budget resolution calls for at least $880 billion in cuts in Medicaid. Medicaid expanded to help those experiencing homelessness by way of offering tenancy support, housing navigation and limited rental assistance. It offers comprehensive coverage including doctor visits, prescriptions, mental health care, dental care, hospitalization, and surgeries at little or no cost to beneficiaries. It's also the largest payer of long-term service and support like nursing homes, home health aides, community-based care. 58% of all LTSS services are paid for by Medicaid. Specialized services like occupational therapy, physical therapy, respiratory care, speech and language disorder services are covered, while they are often left out of private insurance plans. Since 2022, 42% of all births in the US are paid for by Medicaid, although some states and demographics have higher rates. 91 million Americans, or 27% of the population, is covered by Medicaid. That includes 60% of children in this country. Cutting Medicaid funding will impact millions of Americans and will lead to them losing access to medical and long-term care, as well as specialized benefits like housing support, potentially increasing homelessness and straining local support systems. The Black Lives Matter mural near the White House is also being removed due to Republican threats. James Harrison, an Australian blood plasma donor whose blood donation saved 2.4 million babies, had passed away at 88 years old. His plasma contains antibodies that made it valuable for treatment against Rh disease and saved millions of lives. Thank you for your service of generosity, sir. Twitter. Many people were divided over Trump's March 4th address to Congress. Some say what he says was great. Some say what he says is ridiculous. Here are the stuff he said. Over the past 4 years, 21 million people poured into the United States. Many of them were murderers, human traffickers, gang members and other criminals from the streets of dangerous cities all throughout the world, which is false. We found hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud, which is false. $1.9 billion went to decarbonization of homes committee, which was headed up by Stacey Abrams, which is false. Illegal border crossings last month were by far the lowest ever recorded, which is half true. Under the Biden administration, we suffered the worst inflation in 48 years, but perhaps even in the history of our country. They are not sure, which is mostly false. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction, which is mostly false. Social security databases show 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149 and money is being paid to many of them, which is false. Joe Biden let the price of eggs get out of control, which is partially true. We've spent perhaps $350 billion like taking candy from a baby on Ukraine, which is false. The Paris Accord was costing us trillions of dollars, which is false. So yeah, the Congress speech was a mess, and the way MAGA Republicans and the supporters accused Democrats of being criminals. But look at the amount of criminal indictments by Republican presidents. After Trump's speech, a Democratic congressman had passed away. A representative of the Democratic Party of Texas had been removed after protesting Trump's speech to Congress, and this photo had everyone talking. A 13-year-old boy with cancer is awarded as a Secret Service agent. The Lake Riley Act, which passed on January 29th, a law that requires the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to detain illegal immigrants admitting to, charged with, or convicted of theft-related crimes, assaulting a police officer, or a crime that results in death or serious bodily injury like drunk driving. Jocelyn Nungare was a 12-year-old girl that was taken to soon by 2 Venezuelan illegal aliens who were allegedly trendy Aragua gang members and were apprehended near the border in early 2024, and Corey Comparator that was killed by a shooter from an attempted assassination of Trump. He was 50 years old. Many people in Congress had refused to stand up for honoring the people that was mentioned in Trump's speech. It's not like they hate those people. It's because of the way those MAGA Republicans use those people's names for political points and using a dying kid for sympathy. So another SpaceX Starship had exploded after launch. Over 250,000 Canadians signed a petition to revoke Elon Musk's Canadian citizenship. The IDF can't seem to stop harassing the people of Gaza. The first phase of the ceasefire agreement has come to an end and those Zionists continue to attack Palestinians like there's no tomorrow. And Israelis are doing a messed up trend on TikTok by mocking the suffering of Palestinian children in Gaza. Sickening. And there was a strange AI video called Trump Gaza. If this isn't called dystopia, then I don't know what is. And the guy named Itamar Greenberg is among hundreds of Israeli teenagers publicly refusing to enlist in the Israeli military because of the genocide, occupation and apartheid. They are known as conscientious objectors or refuseniks. He says I refuse to take part in genocide. It is right to refuse occupation, oppression and apartheid. I hope that soon everyone here will choose the side of justice and stand for freedom and equal rights for all, from the river to the sea. Football fans in 25 plus countries are uniting for Palestine. They are demanding FIFA ban Israel from international football. Fans are protesting Israel's violations of Palestinian rights and accusing FIFA of double standards regarding Israel. The Green Brigade, a Celtic ultras group, kick-started the ongoing protest movement on February 12th. Since then, fans of over 70 teams have joined the global Red Card Israel campaign. Despite threats of fines and bans from stadiums, fans are continuing to pursue accountability and stand up for Palestinian rights. A Brazilian woman miraculously escapes a car accident. A tourist tumbled down on 6,000 feet snowy mountain on Huangshan Peak in China's Anhui province. Skype is shutting down in May after running since its launch in 2003 and will be replaced with Microsoft Teams. Moontail has been indicted without detention on charges of sexual assault. The First Investigation Division for Crimes Against Women and Children of the Seoul Central District Prosecutor's Office filed charges against Tail and 2 accomplices for rape of a vulnerable person under the Sexual Violence Punishment Act. Roberto Orsi had passed away at the age of 51. He was a writer and executive producer on The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Michelle Trachtenberg, who is known for Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Gossip Girl, passed away at 39. Now we had all the bad news aside, let's move on with the positive side.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
This just in, the Los Angeles Southwest military base has been under attack by an unknown terrorist group.
Hello world, I'm going to host my very first World Cup event. It's called the Beast Gold Cup.
Who are you? What do you want from me?
Don't let him get away.
Hello there.
Don't come any closer. Last warning.
Alright guys, it's time for you guys to shine this time.
Hallelujah. Okay, there's an Ecuadorian man with no shoes and no shirt saving the day by extinguishing a transformer blaze without any help from the firefighters. Give him a Medal of Honor.
The police officer who arrested Justin Timberlake for DUI has been named Officer of the Year.
So tiramisu gets voted as the best dessert from around the world. Oh hell yeah, my favorite food ever.
Hung will be the new Undersecretary of the Navy, and Japan has the highest average IQ of over 106.
Jesse Eisenberg has been awarded Polish citizenship by telling the story of the Jewish population during World War II in his Oscar-winning film A Real Pain. The Muslim world celebrates Ramadan right now. Palestinians and the rest are enjoying the holy month of fasting. If any Muslims are watching this, assalamu alaikum.
The show My Adventures with Green Lantern will be premiering this summer, and Beyond the Spider-Verse is delayed once again, apparently on 2029.
Again, I'm gonna storm to Sony headquarters and be like,
Yes, the Emoji Movie 2 is reportedly in the works. No, the Marvel Sonyverse hasn't ended. We're doing a huge crossover movie today.
Chinga to Ma Dre.
Hello, who are you?
Give us Beyond the
The
Spider-Verse.
movie hasn't finished yet. Give us time.
Danos la tercer película cabrón.
What are you saying?
Chris gasa tonto.
Please, I can't understand you.
On del cabrón.
Yeah, I don't think terrorism solves anything.
Just be glad that the movie is still being made.
Flying cars are happening for real this time.
So the Minecraft movie will be premiering next month. So Cartoon Network is pulling a Disney. They're doing a live action of the Powerpuff Girls, but nothing compares to the Shrek 5 teaser trailer, which mostly have negative reactions by everyone. It's not because it's an unnecessary sequel being made. It's the animation style that everyone is not a fan of.
Look what they done to my boy.
If you're wondering why the animation is like that, is because back in 2016, NBC Universal, the parent company of Universal Studios, purchased DreamWorks Animation for almost $4 billion. One of the lead producers on Shrek 5 is Chris Meledandri, who is the founder and CEO of Illumination, and both Illumination and DreamWorks are owned by Universal. As long as the story is great, then there's no problem.
Looks like my boy Shrek lost his virginity more than 500 times, and his daughter had everyone saying waifu material.
I don't think anyone says that but you.
Hey, don't judge me.
People love the original art style of Shrek is because they are more anti-Disney and breaking the mold of fairy tales, and everyone are gonna bug DreamWorks and Universal to pull an ugly Sonic route, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon. I miss the old designs too, but you should realize that 2010 is almost 16 years ago. Things changed a lot since Shrek 4 was released, and you're right, Mario, good story matters than the visuals, and I'm excited to see it.
So a Pokemon-shaped cheetor sells for almost $88,000.
Yum yum yum, it looks delicious.
You're not gonna harass the auctioneers over the Charizard Cheeto like you're harassing the Sony headquarters for a third Spider-Verse movie, right?
What do you mean by that, my guy?
One more bid, anyone. Come on, don't be shy. Okay, that's the picture. A hot Cheeto Charizard has been sold for $87,840. Thank you guys for coming.
It's Corona time. Yippee-ki-yay, mother truckers. I'm just an innocent little sexy Shibado.
You're not even sexy.
I smell another fight coming.
Shut your beavers.
And Peppa Pig and his family are having a third child.
The internet has gone insane.
I don't blame them,
Peppa Pig having a third child is not on my 2025 bingo card.
I swear if they pull a Rickroll on us, I'm gonna jump out the window.
So a third Avatar animated series called Avatar 7 Havens will be premiering soon, and a season 2 will be premiering in the spring. Here is a poster for the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, and will be re-released in theaters in the spring as well. Phase 6 of the MCU had already started, and will end with Avengers Secret Wars. Lastly, Neshar 2 had officially hit the $2 billion at the box office, and is still premiering in other countries. That'll show that good writing and storytelling always win. Let's get into the music side. So Kanye West is spotted wearing a shirt with a certain symbol from the 1940s.
Kanye has officially gone crazy.
Will Smith slammed for inappropriate performance with Spanish singer India Martez and giving creepy old man vibes.
So let's celebrate people's birthdays in March. Happy birthday to Bad Bunny, Brielle Matranga, Suga, Lisa, Azuna, Jordan Jones, Sujin, Cotton, Nana and Somi.
Happy birthday to all the wonderful people.
Former VCHA member KG had her first court hearing on March 6th following her ongoing case against JYP Entertainment. So it has been a week since her update. It's probably for the best to keep things in private until everything resolves.
11. If I am Prism and I met you are debuting in spring and summer. Oh, new girl groups. I'm about to stand.
So Charles O'Rear, the photographer who took the famous Windows XP wallpaper photo in Napa Valley. How cool is it?
That one picture gave us a huge trip of nostalgia.
Same.
Aaron, Sana, and Shio, who left the group 50/50, will make their debut as a Bloom, and in partnership with producer and Sangil, the same guy that was part of The Givers, that faced accusations of falsifying documents and misappropriating rights to Cupid, including forging signatures to divert royalties owed to the group. He'll be in charge of producing the debut album.
Well, their debut is gonna be a train wreck.
I don't about evil corporate bullies. tamales, but I will stand those hot tamales and even 50-50.
5 had a fabulous comeback and the song was great. So a Korean transgender model got everyone's attention and is gaining recognition, and her Instagram is #_Jin.
Lee Chae-young went viral as a football goalie last week. Victoria Monette, Hyunjin from Stray Kids and Ice Spice were spotted at Versace Fashion Week 25.
So Ash Wednesday had passed and No Meat Friday had started and will end on the spring. And Daylight Savings Time had started on March 9th and will end on November 2nd of this year.
So a Let's Light Stick had dropped and it looks beautiful. They had surpassed 100,000 followers online music. They are the first 5th generation group to surpass the amount on one of Japan's biggest music platforms. And stream Almond Chocolate, by the way. And the members were on the photo shoot of Lacus. Kiki is debuting in a couple of weeks and they already entered Melon Top 100. Their pre-release track I Do Me made an impressive debut at number 13 on Melon's Hot 100 chart. The next day it also stood at number 70 on the Melon Top 100. The highest first week sales debut album by girl groups on Huntia history is Hearts 2 Hearts The Chase with 408,880 copies. I hope both groups have their good run this year. International Women's Day had passed, but happy IWD to all.
Happy International Hot Tamales Day. Navi from Kiss of Life had showed up for Fashion Week and she looks beautiful. And Kiss of Life Sticky had hit the 50 million views and also wearing jerseys for XE Bayerns. And Barsaw had everyone chicken boy she a hot tamale.
Lisa and Felix from Stray Kids had an amazing collab of Reawakener and the MV had hit to 5 million on YouTube. L from Meow had shown on the W Korea Cov magazine. Dreamcatcher's Handong, Dami, and Gayon have decided not to renew their contracts with the group's company Dreamcatcher Company. They will continue to engage in the group's activities. GU, Suwa, and Yuyeon to debut in a unit, while Seon will start a band.
Oh Dreamcatcher, not my Dreamcatcher.
They're not disbanding Doge.
Oh yay.
But you know that Disbanded Weekly had disbanded due to not renewing their contracts with their company. But some say they are coming back way later this year.
Oh not my hot tamales. I love After School and their recent album.
XG had an amazing comeback and their recent song was good. So legendary Mexican musician Marco Antonio Solis is vibing and dancing to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Even Chu is dancing to Not Like Us as well.
Drake never catches a break.
Seems like everyone is vibing with that song, regardless of language.
When the most famous Mexican icon of My Little Cutie Pie Churros to Drake is not on my 2025 bingo card.
Just his comeback will have everyone shook and amazed. Eugene from IVE was spotted on the Lacoste Fashion Week 25. And one young from IVE looks so cute and beautiful at the MIU show on Paris Fashion Week. So IVE's first world tour in cinemas is now premiering. Speaking of fashion shows, everyone looks so amazing. Doechii looks so beautiful and elegant and was posing with Seulgi from Red Velvet. And Seulgi had a solo comeback and it was amazing. L from Meow, Wani from IVE again, Minnie from G-Idol and Momo from Twice looks so amazing. Yeji from ITZY had her amazing solo debut and it was really good.
Oh yeah, Yeji my hot tamale. And her solo debut was so good.
Cube Entertainment is the 4th most profitable South Korea K-pop able company in 2024 with 16.6 billion won, which is over $11 million, all thanks to G-Idol.
Yeah my queens. But if Cube does bangs them, I'll riot.
Twice is reportedly renewing their contract with JYP Entertainment. Their record label, and their contract is not set to expire in 2025. The group is approaching their 10th anniversary in October of this year.
That's great to hear. JYP is not stupid enough to abandon their biggest moneymaker.
Happy early 10th anniversary to Twice, by the way.
If JYP dares to disband Twice, I'm gonna throw Corona bottles at him.
Can you not do something vile for once?
I didn't say if I was gonna do it. I said if JYP gets funny ideas. And yeah, happy early 10th anniversary to my hot tamales.
Dear Alice had debut and their debut was solid. Karina had shown her short hairstyle and everyone was shook. Aspar is set to release their 6th mini-album in the 2nd quarter of 2025. According to SM Entertainment's latest musical new preview.
Yay, they're coming back. And have you all seen Giselle lately? She's so cute and hot at the same time and have everyone noise. I love her and stan as part everyone.
New Jeans and Ador had presented their cases at the first injunction request court hearing and their second one will be on April. I'm telling you now, there are so many misinformation center around the drama. People accuse the girls of being mean to the other groups and also accusing them of various things. But most people had receipts and debunking the claims against New Jeans. We'll just have to wait until there's a final solution.
I felt bad for any groups that are involved in that mess and I blame the corporate masters.
Amen. Preach.
New Jeans deserve better.
But on the positive side, they opened their new account on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter and many more. So HYBE had cracked down every single account, channels, and articles that were defaming Les Seraphim and Illit. I wish they would protect New Jeans too, but HYBE is high sometimes. Speaking of Les Seraphim, the collab with Overwatch again is great and the design of them looks fantastic. Their comeback is on March 14. Get ready y'all, cause it's gonna be hot.
I can't wait to see my hot tamales 2 return. Stan Les Seraphim.
G-Dragon had an amazing achievement of charting 22 songs on Melon Daily Chart, which are from his older songs and his songs from his recent album, and the most streamed albums by solo acts within the first 24 hours of release on Melon Hall is his album Ubermensch with 4,202,200 streams. Baby Monsters Drip had hit to 200 million views on YouTube, and their Hello Monsters tour is successful so far. They added dates for Toronto, Rosemont, Atlanta, Fort Worth, Oakland and Seattle. So for Blackpink, Jisoo was on a photo shoot of Tommy Spring 25 2025. She looks stunning on the Billboard Artist Cover magazine and had everyone shook by her looks on several Fashion Week shows. Rose is the 8th most popular pop artist worldwide and the only K-pop act to secure a spot in the top 10 and the biggest debuts for albums/EPs by female K-pop soloists on global Spotify in history is her album Rosie by 28 million streams. The Grammys have named Ruby by Jennie as a must-hear album in March. Clash Music has given Ruby a 9 out of 10 rating. They say Jennie has always been Blackpink wildcat, an effortless trendsetter, a symbol of cool detachment and fiery intensity. Jennie has long been known for her icy rap flow and effortless charisma, but Ruby expands her artistry and is the biggest album debut by a K-pop soloist on Spotify Global in 2025 with almost 30 million streams. Support her comeback and her album is really good. I recommend checking it out. The fastest albums by female K-pop acts to reach 1 billion streams on Spotify in history is Alter Ego by Lisa with over 1 billion streams. Albums by K-pop soloists with the most entries on the Billboard Canadian Hot 100 is Alter Ego with 4 entries. And the biggest song debut by K-pop acts on Spotify Global chart released in 2025 is Born Again by Lisa, Doja Cat and Ray. She was on the Hot Ones last week and it was amazing. She looks stunning on the Oscars red carpet premiere, and her, Doja Cat and Ray had a tribute performance of James Bond, and I recommend checking out her album. And congratulations to all members of Blackpink for showing their artistry. We can't forget about BTS. Jin looks fancy and elegant for the Paris Fashion Week. J-Hope had an amazing solo performance and his recent song with Miguel was really good. And BTS announces BTS 7 Moments and Run BTS Poly Highlight package with pre-orders starting in March and April 2025. BTS 7 Moments pre-orders begin on March 19th and release on April 2nd of this year. And Run BTS Poly Highlight package pre-orders begin on April 8th and release on April 24th of this year. Get ready, armies.
This year is going well so far.
I'm so excited for what's next to come. BTS and Blackpink are on fire this year and I hope they have a collaboration together once all their boys come back and Blackpink coming back as a group.
Only the future will tell.
So guys, that's it for today and spring break is coming soon. Have a great day and stay cool.
Since day one, young nigga on me. God ain't make two.